Good morning students. Today we are going to learn in this video nomenclature of organic compounds and some of the branched hydrocarbons. Nomenclature of branched hydrocarbons. So how to name the given organic compound and what is the purpose of this nomenclature? Let us start our video today. Okay. See, nomenclature of organic compound. So first of all, one question will arise while studying about the nomenclature. What is this nomenclature and why we have to remember all these rules? See, why? Because see, we have so many plenty of organic compounds are there. Without any logic or without any systematic one, remembering their names will be very difficult task, right? So to overcome that one, if we have some systematic rules, based on that systematic rules we can name any given organic compound. Without these rules or without this nomenclature, finding or remembering that names is very difficult task. Even see, by naming these we have three types of names. What are those? See here, we can name those by using, see, some of the trivial naming is there, derived naming and systematic naming. What is that nomenclature we are studying with these systematic names? This trivial naming or derived naming we have to remember, but how many we can remember like that? So that's why we are following some systematic naming. If we know that systematic rules, then we are able to write whatever the organic compound is given, for that we are able to write the name, right? So that is the purpose of the nomenclature here. Let us see what are the basic rules of the nomenclature. Here, what is this trivial naming means? Trivial name is nothing but common names, like some of the compounds they are famous with the common names only, right? See, suppose C6H6 is there. This C6H6 is called benzene. That is its common name. So that is and if you take the benzene ring like that, always we will call this is as benzene. And we have one more organic compound, that is OH. This is called phenol. But this one we can call as hydroxybenzene, but we will call it is as phenol only. We will study throughout the organic chemistry because it is famous with this trivial names. Acetic acid, if you take CH3COOH, but acetic acid is its trivial name, that is not the IUPAC name, but it is famous with its trivial name only. So for some compounds we can remember those trivial names, okay, but remembering all the names, their common names, it is not possible. That's why we will follow this systematic naming. Okay, so first of all, what is the basic rules of this nomenclature? Whatever the basic rules we are studying the nomenclature, those are the according to the systematic means IUPAC rule. IUPAC means International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Based on, they have proposed some of the rules, based on those rules we are studying, right? So what is the purpose and what is the how to name? What are the basic rules of this nomenclature? Let us see. See, while writing the simple, means if you want to write the name of the simple organic compound, we should know some particular theory, that is we should know some what is meant by root word, we should know secondary suffix, primary suffix and prefix. Based on these 4 points, generally we will name the given organic compound. What is root word? What is the primary suffix? What is the secondary suffix? And what is the prefix? All these we will study. But to write the compounds, one organic compound, if you want to name, then you should know about that compound. What is the root word in that compound? What is the primary suffix? What is the secondary suffix? And what is its prefix like? These are all written while naming according to the IUPAC. How to write according to the IUPAC? IUPAC is nothing but International International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. IUPAC is nothing but International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. So whatever these root word, prefix, secondary suffix, primary suffix, whatever we are studying, those all are based on this IUPAC's rule only. right? So what is that name? Systematic name. So first what should come? First prefix or root word, which one should come out of these four? That is the order. First we have to write prefix for the given compound. Always the name should be written like this only. First prefix should be there, next root word should be there, next primary suffix, next secondary suffix. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you write these 4 for the given organic compound, that is a perfect IUPAC name for the organic compound, right? So you can get the doubt. What is the prefix, what is root word, what is primary suffix and what is secondary suffix? That is what we are going to study. Let us see the first one. What is the root word? Already in the previous we discussed while talking about the alkane, I explained you what is root word means. Root word indicates the number of carbon atoms in a given organic compound. For the given organic compound, if you have only one carbon atom, then the root word will be meth. Then the root word will be meth. In the given organic compound, you have 2 carbon atoms, C2 means 2 carbon atoms. Then the root word will be eth. If you have 3 carbon atoms, the root word will be prop. If you have 4 carbon atoms, root word will be but. If you have 5 carbon atoms, the root word will be pent. 6 carbon atoms, hex. 7 carbon atoms, hept. 8 carbon atoms, oct. 9 carbon atoms, non. 10 carbon atoms, dec. So these are the root words. Means the root word is nothing but number of carbon atoms are present in the given organic compound. That number gives you the root word. Okay. Now comes to the next. What is meant by primary suffix? This primary suffix after the root word. Actually this is only in order. Prefix, prefix plus root word plus primary suffix plus secondary suffix, right? So what is this primary suffix is nothing but this will be always attached to the root word. Root word is nothing but number of carbons. It will be either meth, eth, prop, but like that, right? So what is this primary suffix means? In a given compound, either all the single bonds are present, then this primary suffix will be an. Then the root word plus primary suffix will be methane. Suppose in a given compound, if all are not all, if any one double bond is present also, the primary suffix will be ene. Methane. Meth will not be possible because already we discussed that only one carbon cannot form the double bond. So to form the double bond in the compound, minimum 2 carbon atoms should be present. So because of that reason, here it can be eth. Any triple bond is present in the given compound, then the primary suffix will be ine. Already this one we discussed in terms of alkane, alkene, alkane. Alkane represents the single bond, alkene double bond, alkyne triple bond like. So what is this primary suffix? Means any of the double bond or triple bond or anything, any saturation or unsaturation is present in the given organic compound, this primary suffix represents that saturation or unsaturation. If it is a saturated organic compound, the primary suffix will be ane. If it is a secondary, if it is a unsaturation, then the primary suffix will be ene or ine, right? So this is about the primary suffix. So now you have a clarity on root word and primary suffix. Now come to the next one. Here they given in the tabular form. Nature of carbon chain. If all our single bonds are present, means between the carbon and carbon, all carbon and carbon single bonds are present, then primary suffix will be ane. And the IUPAC name is alkane. This alk indicates the root word, represents the number of carbons. And if any unsaturation, in that unsaturation also if double bond is present, the primary suffix will be ene. If any triple bond is present, then the primary suffix will be "-ine". Then the compound is alkene and alkyne like, right? So this is about the primary suffix. Now come to the secondary suffix. This secondary suffix means any functional group is present in the given organic compound, that functional group one will write in the secondary suffixes place, right? So added after the primary suffix to indicate the nature of the functional group. If suppose alcohol is present, alcohol suffix is ol, ol. So we will write this secondary suffix after the primary suffix by dropping e from the primary suffix. Suppose root word and primary suffix both are think like as ethane. Root word and primary suffix is ethane. But some functional group, some alcohol like functional group is there in the given organic compound. That alcohol's suffix like we have to write as ol. Ol is a suffix representation for alcohol. So I want to write that ol. So what we have to do, I have to remove this e and in that place I have to write ol. Then the compound name will be ethanol. See, I will write here CH3, CH2, OH like they have given one organic compound and they are asking to write the name for this. First of all, you have to check for the root word. How many number of carbons are there in the given organic compound? 2 carbons. So it is first carbon, always the functional group attached one we have to give the first numbering. So 1 and 2. 2 carbons represents eth. 2 carbons represents eth. And in this, between carbon and carbon, there is single bond only present. So obviously the primary suffix will be ane. So eth, ane. But here one functional group is present. That functional group is attached to the first carbon and that functional group is alcohol. So for alcohol the suffix is ol. This is called secondary suffix. This secondary suffix will write after the primary suffix by dropping this e, means by removing that e, and we will write as ol. So the name of the given compound is, by dropping e, the name of the given compound is ethanol. So root word, primary suffix and secondary suffix. Like this we have to write. Now one more thing we have in our structure, systematic nomenclature, in prefix like. What is meant by that prefix means? See, this prefix is nothing but the group will have some side chains or branched chains like. Some of the substituents also will be present in that. So these substituents are these low functional groups or anything that branches will write before the root word. Those are all called prefixes. Those are all called prefixes like. See, suppose I will take here one compound CH3, CH3, CH2, CH2, OH like I have given. But here 1, 2, 3 for this carbon, one more hydrogen should write. If you observe this, you have to give the numbering from the functional group. So I will give the numbering from here. First carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon. In this line, it has a one branch here, means it has one substituent. Always we have to select the longest chain like. So this is the substituent. Now this substituent will take as the prefix. This substituent will write as the prefix. So yet what carbon this substrate is there is also very important while writing the prefix. This is the straight chain. And first carbon functional group is there. This one we will consider as the secondary suffix. First see 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. Don't count this carbon. This one we are considering as the substrate. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If 4 carbons are present, that is but. All the carbons have only single bonds between them. So I will take the primary suffix "ane". But here one of the functional group is present that represents as a secondary suffix, that is alcohol. Its suffix name is "ol". Then I will drop the E, means in place of E I will take OL, butanol. But what about this CH3? Now this CH3 is present on the third carbon. Now this one we have to write as the prefix 3 before the root word. 3, what is this? CH3 is given. What is that? One carbon is there. So compulsory it is meth. If it is CH4, methane like we can write, but one hydrogen is removed. So it will be always alkyl group, that is methyl group. So it is 3-methyl 1-butanol. What is that 1 represents? The OH group is attached on the first carbon. These substrates or functional groups are present on which carbon also we have to write. That is what the nomenclature. So if you observe this compound, now CH3, CH3, CH, CH3, CH3, CH, sorry, CH2. If I write CH3 here, carbon will have 4 bonds. We have to check even that also. CH2, OH. So for this we have written 3-methyl but ane, E we have to drop 1 ol. So this 3-methyl represents the prefix, this but represents the root word, this an represents the primary suffix, and this ol represents the secondary suffix. So this is the systematic naming to write the IUPAC name for the given organic compound, right? So this is about the primary suffix, secondary suffix and prefix and the root word, right? So now come to the nomenclature of branched hydrocarbons. In the given compound, some of the branches are there. So how to name such type of one? Let us see here. First point, we have to choose the longest chain. In the given organic compound, this is the first one. In the given organic compound, we have to see longest chain, means number of carbon chain should be more. So I will take here 2 examples are given. Like this we will take. In the given compound, 2 examples are given. See, in the first one, they have given in the numbering. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbons. Suppose if you take the numbering, see, if you take this branch, if you consider as the major branch, then 1, 2, 3, 4. If you take like this the chain, it has 6 carbons, so that is the longest chain. If you take the numbering like this, it has only 4 carbon chain, which is the short one, so this numbering is not preferable. And there is one more possibility. We can give numbering from this side also. We have to check the possibilities. So first one carbon, second carbon, third, fourth, fifth, sixth carbon and seventh carbon. Yes. If you take the numbering in this way or in this way, you can write like this also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In any way, if you take here only 6 carbon chain we are getting. But if you take in this way, means in this way, you are getting 7 carbon chain, which is the correct one, which we have to prefer for writing the organic compound. So, if you get here in this, they have given the numbering as they given the numbering as like this. That's why they given as wrong. What is the correct one for the representation? Here again 2 points. If you take the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. If you take the numbering like this, this is the one of the branch. That is the branch. That branch you are getting on 5th carbon. So we have to write as 5-methyl. But if you take the numbering in this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in this way if you take, this branch is getting the third, means 3-methyl. 3-methyl, if you write like this, 5-methyl. So in the organic chemistry, in the nomenclature, if you consider, always we have to try that branches should get the lowest numbering. Not only for the, even for the functional groups also we have to try, they should get the lowest numbering. We have to prefer the numbering in that order for the given carbon chain. So I prefer the numbering like this. So this is the correct one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have choose the longest chain, that is hept. And at the third carbon we have a methyl as the substrate. Now can we name this compound? It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. So the root word will be hept. All are single bonds only between the carbons. So the primary suffix will be heptane. No functional group is present. So there is no secondary suffix. But as come to the prefix, there is one prefix. That is one substrate is present on the third carbon. So we have to write 3-methyl. CH3 group we consider as the methyl, because that is the alkyl, but it has one carbon, so that will be methyl. So the name of this compound is 3-methyl heptane. What is the name of this compound? 3-methyl heptane. This is the longest chain, selecting the longest chain rule. This is the first branched chain compounds in first point, that is longest chain rule, which we have to follow while writing the nomenclature. In this video we have covered all the lowest sum rule points, means by taking the different types of the numbering and examples, different points we have been covered, right? Thank you so much.